and welcome to the program Feminine Affairs. On this week's episode, we shall be looking at the launching of the strategic roadmap by the Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman. This strategic roadmap is aimed at advancing gender equality, gender equity, women empowerment, and the vulnerable. The Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman, said she's going to be partnering with MDAs and international community towards achieving this strategic roadmap. She also called on women to avail themselves the opportunity to tap into this strategic roadmap, which she says is going to give the women a voice in the society. She's also calling the women in the politics to avail themselves the opportunity to leverage on this strategic roadmap towards achieving their dream.
This says a lot about the spirit that we must assume as women, the winning spirit. We're fighting a battle that we must win. It's about winning. A few days ago, I decided to, spend my time around the country in a few states to mark the 16 days of activism. I saw many, many survivors. And all I could tell them is, don't worry. We'll come and help you. We're going to work on the policy. We're going to support you. And I saw myself as somebody who is melting abuse on people that are going through abuse because I could not solve their problems. That is the kind of challenge we're faced with. When people go through abuse, they cannot wait. You have to solve their problems immediately. And that's why when we speak about gender responsive budgeting, it can never be overestimated, especially now. Gender equality, gender equity, and gender balance. Secondly, it borders around protection of vulnerable groups and promoting family cohesion. The third area, women protection, promotion of the well-being, welfare, empowerment, and advancement of rights. And the fourth area is child protection, child well-being, development, and safeguarding. So these are just 4 areas, but trust me, we can break them into almost about maybe 1,000 or more activities. It's a lot of work. As a nation, where are we? I would like to thank NAOD for the march. They kind of painted a picture of where we are. So I won't go too much into details with this, but the statistics do not lie. Around maternal mortality and health, 1,047 deaths per any 100,000 births. This is too much. 1,000 lives are 1,000 lives. And our goal is to improve the access to healthcare through establishment of 6 specialist hospitals for women and children in each geopolitical zone to start with. I know how important this is. Have 6 specialist hospitals for women and children, 1 in each geopolitical zone. If we can get 1 in each state, good, but this is the goal. Around gender-based violence, the statistics are 33% of women aged 15 to 49 in Nigeria have experienced physical violence. 1 in 4 girls have experienced violence. 1 in 4 girls have been sexually abused before the age of 18. 1 in 4. In addressing this particular challenge or this particular problem or this particular monster, I would like to establish a national action plan on gender-based violence. It doesn't exist. We have to coordinate efforts. Everybody would have to know the plan and what is expected of them in addressing this particular problem. Around political participation, we have only 3.6% of women occupying parliament seats at the federal level. And the goal is to provide supportive structures, including formalized mentorship, to boost women's participation in politics. Aside this, we also mobilize resources. I would like to put my brother on the spot, the Deputy Speaker of National State. If I were to offer you 50 billion naira to say, please, can you leave your seat for a woman, would you do it? You see? Yes. So he answered. So you see, we have to go find the money. You know, for every country is different. For our country, we will need resources to be able to. We may have to buy those seats. And trust me, we can. Yes. Economic empowerment gaps. 41% of micro and small medium enterprises are women-owned, but most of them, they face significant barriers to accessing finance, markets, and economic resources. And only 47% of women have bank accounts. And these are the goals. You can see it is on children, family, and vulnerable groups. I intend to create an environment where Nigerian women, their families and children are able to survive, thrive, and prosper. This is a shared vision for a Nigeria where women and children are empowered and protected. Your expertise and resources as development partners are critical to turning this vision into reality. I thank you for your support and believe in our mission. I invite you to join us as partners and advocates for change. Let us create a legacy of empowerment and equity for generations to come. The women agenda features very strongly within the Renewed Hope agenda of Mr. President. You know, we have present challenges, and it's time to act. And you heard from the roadmap. It's very clear and simple, and everybody can be able to kind of position themselves as of where to play, what to do, and how to support the emergence of our bags, the big ambitious goals. There's many of them, but I know that partnering, you know, with whole of system, whole of government, whole of society, where we would achieve them. We have credible partners, we have goodwill, there's an appetite for support for women and child development and protection, and also for strengthening our family system, amplifying our voices around sensitization and advocacy, and ensuring that implementation of the National Action Plan is on course. Everybody, the role is clear. Everybody is, you know, doing what they're supposed to do.
Minister of Women Affairs, Suleiman, highlighted how taxing this is going to be, but she's sure with women on her side, she's going to be achieving this vision.
Whatever we want to do, there has to be safety. So just a commitment, and also to tell you more about the commitment of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, NPM. Himself, his management, and the entire officers, men and women of the force, we have zero tolerance gender-based violence, and also our commitment to strengthen institutional capacity, to building the institutional capacity that is required to integrate gender-responsive policies into all levels of policing, ensuring consistent reporting, monitoring, and evaluation of initiatives in line with the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325. We are also committed in implementing, in mainstreaming gender institutionalization of gender mainstreaming framework as an administrative tool within the police systems. And the force is also looking at we recognize very well the critical role women play in peace and security, and we are committed to increasing the representation of women. You can see from the IG made the first appointment for a woman to occupy the position of the first secretary. This is the first time we are having that. And he's also appointing now, AIGs are going to zones. So we are committed to providing necessary resources, mentorship programs, and capacity building training to enhance our women's ability to contribute meaningfully to peace building, conflict resolution, and also community resilience. And we are also committed to implementing gender-sensitive responses, both within and outside, because we know the society we police, they are men and women. So we prepare our men to make sure that whatever our officers are men, women, that they are gender responsive in their approach to their interaction with the community. So we know the needs of a woman.
Gender equality, especially girl-child education. And this issue of how women are being treated traditionally is not the best for us. And I'm happy for someone to tell us that the woman is the backbone of the society. And we need the support of the men to ensure to propel the issue of gender equality. God created us equal. I used to tell people that when you go to school, you go into a boarding house or in a school where we have these classes where boys and girls are there, and you sit for exams. At times you find that the girls do better. But yet, when it comes to giving them their rights, you say, oh, she's a woman. What does that mean? She's a woman. Is she not a human being? So we are pleading. We are pleading for the he for she, for them to please come up and help us, because we must change this policy. Because women, you find them very, very brilliant women, very energetic women, and that can add value to their country. But in Nigeria of today, we are not given that opportunity. Therefore, we are pleading. This program of gender equality is very, very important. And Honorable Minister, it should not stop here. We must take the road. We must follow it up. And I'm not saying we should fight the men. We are not fighting them. We are asking them to support us. We are their mothers, as somebody said. We are their sisters. We are their wives. And we give support for them. They give support for us. We live together in the same house, and we support each other. Why won't they support us when it comes to national issues? Therefore, I am appealing for the men to support us.
With the UN Women, there is a strategy that has been drawn for the development partners, and they are committed to it. So it's important to reflect the documents that have come. Our eyes are on 2027. Coming from the last election in Ondo State, I begin to think about why is it that when you have a governor, they cannot see any woman in that state to be a deputy governor. So either gender, is it not time for women to look at what is going on? If there is a man's name on the agenda, if there is a man's name and there is no woman's name, why do you go to vote? There has to be a different direction. towards 2027 because the figures must change.
If gender-sensitive budgeting does not take into cognizance the different realities of how issues affect women from the way they affect men, then it means that the lived realities of we survivors will continue being left aside. We don't want to be remembered only when it is time to vote. The youngest person in our shelter is about 6 weeks old now. The second she was born there. The second youngest person came at 1.4 kg in a taxi on the way to the hospital because we don't have a vehicle, an operational vehicle. So if we want to achieve SDG 5, if we want to achieve the different things that Nigeria has signed up to, what do we have in practice realistically? We are human beings as survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, and everybody has a role to play. Where we say the government, we sitting here are the government. Your individual social responsibility and corporate social responsibility are what will make the difference. Access to justice is very expensive. So tell me, the 5 children who are on one of our facilities who were raped by their fathers that are supposed to provide care for them, what is their hope? The children who are pregnant, who is supporting them with antenatal services, postnatal services, and childcare services?
Under the administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President GCFR, it's with great pleasure that I mention that we have women in government that are occupying very prominent and very significant positions and are advancing Mr. President's renewed hope agenda. Our vision is shared, and we will continue to work together. We will continue to collaborate because it is essential that we cannot stand without collaboration. In order for our voices to be heard, it's important that we must work together. And the Honorable Minister has created this very viable platform and is rolling out initiatives that would ensure that we come together and we continue to collaborate and to advance the goals of the administration and to advance the progress, the prosperity of the nation by coming together as women, having recognized the fact that a significant number of, we can't have sustainable socioeconomic development without women, youth coming together because we represent essentially the greater number of the population. So let me very profoundly appreciate the Honorable Minister for this wonderful initiative, and we must continue to give her all the support. And therefore, I urge our development partners, our diplomatic partners, to continue to key into her agenda for the advancement of Mr. President's renewed hope agenda.
Nigeria is a reservoir for qualified, competent women with expertise, women who are delivering the goods even at global level. I am so happy to talk about my senior boss, the DSG, that all of you know. She doesn't like that we call her Her Excellency. Yeah, but we always like to call her Amina Mohammed. She is a Nigerian woman. And if I can still identify 10 women who are making exploits in the world. Nigeria is displaying its excellence. But the big question that I leave tonight is, why is it that internally inside Nigeria, women are not given the opportunity to display this excellence? And the country, according to statistics, gender-based violence is costing Nigeria 1.5% of its GDP. And if you look at it in terms of naira, it is billions and billions of naira that the country is losing every day. So gender-based violence is not just I slap my wife or we fight or this, but gender-based not only on personal individuals, but on our economy, on the welfare of our economy, and I mean, at the community level, everywhere, gender-based violence is not a good thing.
Time in the history of the NUGFCT, women spoke with one voice. To produce a female candidate to pilot the affairs of the NUJ after 43 years. It's been men. But it was not easy. Power is not given, it is taken. So I want us also to put that at the back of our mind, that the fact that we are women, we will not sit and let them give us power. We will grab it and go with it. So we decided to grab that power. While they were busy shouting, oh, lead. They say in Igbo land, women don't lead. They should be in the other room. Who says so? But we came out and said, we want to speak with one voice. And as we speak, we are amplifying the voices of women. And for us to get SDG gender equality, we must talk the talk, let's talk, and walk the walk. We must walk with action going forward. So I want to appreciate everyone here, the Minister of Women Affairs, thank you very much. And the Secretary, thank you very much. I want to appreciate every woman seated here. And for the men, we say thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
And on this note, we shall be concluding this week's episode. Until we come your way again same time next week, don't forget to log onto our YouTube channel, Feminine Affairs with Juliet Dengiwa. Bye for now.